Imperative now in a position to continue their investigation. Leads to the question to you as both players and characters, where would you like to go, or who would you like to go after next? The options being the Scions. You could go after a Sanctum, another defiled location, or you could start again on the other side of the roadmap, with coming in from the other side, and that would be a defiled location. The choice is up to you.
I refuse. I refuse to make this decision. I refuse.
Anyone?
Is it from the sheet?
Yes, so
right.
to give you the basis of how all those fit together.
The defiled. Oh, so that's what you were saying. Yeah, got it.
Yes. So a Scion being an elite corrupted foe, a demon, a spirit, a vampire, sorcerer, etc.
So let's see.
With
We've done
defiled being victims.
So we have access to profaned and sanctum.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. So we recently had Dark Wings.
Oh,
So
sorry. Yes.
what's-
Sorry, it's different right now.
And let me just.
So,
So a sanctum is a corrupted place, an ancient tower, a spirit well, etc.
Really, why would you do that? Go.
Side.
So, for those, I'm posting it in the chat. This is essentially what our official roadmap looks like right now.
Yes. Yeah, I misread it on the Roll20, so that's my mistake. The Scion is not an available option as of yet. So you've got Sanctum, or you've been defiled, or you could go on, coming in from on the right-hand side, you've got another defiled location. Or not location. Defiled are corrupted victims, rather.
Okay, let me just look at the things, see what it means.
So sanctum's, yeah, sanctum is a location.
Mm-hmm.
Profaned are powerful, yeah, corrupted individuals. They're the ones that affect our engagement roll.
Okay.
So, alrighty, I'm coming at this from a couple of different angles. From the entirety of our operation, Sanctum kind of feels like the right thing to do, because cleansing a corrupted place is more likely to yield more information than targeting singular personages, I believe.
True.
But punching an Eldritch Terror sounds fun. So personally, I like Profaned, but
it makes more sense if we go Sanctum for our. Yeah.
And it kind of feels like this plague leads itself to Sanctum, as there's just
Yeah, and I guess we just went after a person, so shifting gears.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so is Sanctum is your choice, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, and so without any further ado, we will jump in. And who is going to be the first one in your basements?
We all know Crow is homeless, so obviously it's always gonna be him because he lives there.
So,
He legitimately lives there. He's a vagrant.
You're awoken incredibly early by something rapping at the window. It's tap, tap, tapping.
Crow's gonna... Nice. Okay, I'm gonna throw something at the window at this point. Nothing hard enough to probably break the window, but like I'm throwing something at the window, like, because that's annoying.
A softback book hits against the pane as you hear the faint fluttering of wings as something takes off and lands again. As your eyes, accustomed to the light, a fuzziness of the early morning fades, and you see two glowing yellow eyes and the black feathers
Are
and
you
the
okay,
sharp beak.
Robyn?
We lost Robyn's video feed. There
We lost Robyn. There we
Yeah,
go. We're
I
back up.
just saw you do, and then we lost you.
It's okay. It's okay. I was just fixing something. Sorry.
I think at this point, Nathan's gonna get up and finally open the window and stare at this thing directly in the face.
Certainly recognised it's the glowing yellow eyes that the dead give away of a Deathseeker Crow that doesn't stand on ceremony in any way, shape, or form and flies in, settling in the upper rafters and the supporting beams of the roof. Pokes its head at you.
Nobody's died.
Hops along the beam. Starts pecking at the wood, almost destructively.
Don't do that. There's a building above us. Don't destroy that.
Looks at you for a moment, head cocks again. And then just buries its beak in the wood almost defiantly.
At this point, Nathan goes and grabs his mask and puts it on and then glares at the crow. Don't do that. At this point, Nathan's kind of just staring up at the rafters, you know, through the lenses of his mask. He's kind of shaking his head. Well, I guess this is appropriate.
And next, Caroline opened the door to see the masked Nathan, Battered Crow, just looking up at the roof. Caroline?
Oh.
Have we lost Apatura?
Apatura.
I can still see the TV moving.
Can you hear us?
Yes,
Can you
but
hear
I
me?
can't hear live. I thought that was normal, but he's muted in my.
Oh. Maybe
So
you
I
need to turn up
Just
Livespark
heard.
and this.
I just heard Wyverian talking to himself for like 5 minutes, and I didn't get what's
Oh.
happening.
I can't give any
I'm
advice
going
here.
to disconnect
If I'm
from
muted.
Discord and reconnect.
It's
The sound should be coming through your
The
Video
site,
Ninja.
yeah.
It should be coming through Video Ninja. Your his audio.
Mm-hmm.
You have maybe that browser muted?
Yep.
That explains it. Yeah,
That'll be it.
that does it.
That'll do
There we
it.
go.
Can you hear me now?
Easy fix. There we go. That's a no.
Still can't hear him?
I'm.
Nope.
How about now? How about now?
Oh no. Sorry everybody, technical difficulties.
Okay. Reload the video.
It's audio output on Video Ninja as well in settings.
Yep.
Yeah. It's audio output
You might need to relay.
in the Video Ninja settings. See. Make sure it's coming through your headset.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, are you are you hearing me now?
Audio for the microphone. That's normal.
Yeah.
Effect.
Okay, are you hearing me yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
There.
Okay, cool. So yes, with Caroline being cut back in, Caroline being the next one to enter, you see Nathan Battered Crow looking up at the rafters of the ceiling.
Is everything alright?
It's from behind you.
We have a new member of the Imperative, and Crow points up at the Deathseeker Crow that is hopping from rafter to rafter, violently pecking at the wood.
What is that?
Don't do that.
Oh.
Don't do that.
Where did it come from?
It's a Deathseeker Crow. That answer is problematic.
I mean, who sent him to us? Did he come here on his own?
You see Crow kind of... The way he kind of shifts his body, he's not sure what information he can reveal and can't. They are obviously assistants to us wardens. Outside of that, somewhat of a strictly need-to-know situation. As frustrating as that might be to somebody asking the question, it is only need to know.
Fine, I was just wondering if he was meant to come here and do that, or if he just decided on his own to establish his residence on the rafter.
Needless to say, he has joined the Imperative, no matter which way that answer goes. So, Well, this thing seems to be a malcontent of sorts. You can see Nathan somewhat irritated that it keeps repeating his words and keeps pecking at the woods. They are remarkably adept at finding individuals, and they are remarkably adept at giving heads-up warnings.
Well, that sounds.
Bastard!
Oh, I like him. Does it have a name?
Do you have a name?
Indication they don't. They.
Caroline is just beaming like a 5-year-old got a puppy for Christmas.
With a flap of its wings, it descends and lands on one of the main desks covered in papers and begins picking up papers with its beak and scattering them around.
We're gonna have to bird-proof this place. No. And after a moment, you see Nathan notice one of the papers. It's grabbed and is getting ready to vandalize, and he goes, No, not that one.
Drops the paper, flap of wings back up into the rafters.
Nathan picks up the paper and he goes, Okay. I'm already done with this bird. Name. Give a name to... Maribel? How's that work?
Doesn't initially respond. It's one of those things you probably have to keep using it.
It was more directed at Caroline.
Oh. Sounds a little bit too sweet for him. And he kind of remind me of Baz, don't you think?
What are you referring to exactly?
I don't know, something in the way. That's one thing.
When is Sasha and Gaz gonna get here?
The very early morning gives way to dawn. And shortly after, Sasha, Gaz, you arrive. First thing you notice, Sasha, is the very carefully ordered paperwork is now mostly on the floor. Sides and corners of the page is slightly crunched, as if pinched by something incredibly sharp.
Okay, what did this?
Is this a new filing system?
You would probably see Battered Crow kind of just sitting in a chair, just dejected. That look of when you've been chasing an animal / toddler around all day and you're just done.
Caroline
It's
is
the verticality that's proving to be a real problem. Sorry, Apatura.
Caroline is standing on a chair trying to dislodge the bird from the rafters. Like, come here, come down, give it back. Whatever he has in his beak.
What is that?
Okay, I'm gonna need someone to tell me if that bird is like ours or if it's just in our space. Because I can get that bird to leave real quickly, but I don't think you're gonna like how.
Deathseeker Crow.
That answers Almost no questions, but I'll put the gun away.
Because the gun's gonna do nothing to it.
Oh my goodness. As if we needed more crows. We already got one.
Crow
You
looks.
can laugh.
Battered Crow looks at you like, really?
The one we have is already a handful.
Low-hanging fruit.
Sorry, it's just the morning. I haven't been able to work on my comedy set yet. And it seems I'm gonna work on these paperworks again. So
As I informed Caroline, Deathseeker Crows are very adept at warnings, essentially, and finding individuals. Kind of a product of their occupation of finding dead bodies and warning of ghosts.
So there's something here? There's a dead body here? Or someone gonna die?
Likely sent by the other wardens to aid in the imperative. I don't have any official paperwork on it, but then again, sometimes there's no official paperwork when the Deathseeker Crow is assigned.
It's at about this point that Gaz gets bored and goes over to where Caroline is. He pulls out like a half-eaten like eel skewer. He hadn't finished breakfast yet, and he's just like trying to like lure it down with a bit of food.
I'm gonna say, maybe a check on that.
There is no animal handling.
Sway.
It's probably a sway.
Finn.
Zero dice.
Ah.
Got a 3.
Oh. As the skewer clatters to the ground, and you instinctively take your hand back, and the rest of you sort of see blood begin to trickle from the good hand, running down over the palm as you clench your fist as that. That is a sharp beak.
Never mind, Caroline. You got it. You got it.
Can we all please stop playing with the bird?
Hey, I'm gonna go over to the table, just see the damn. It's gonna take all night. I hate that bird.
As you pick up one of the papers, the personal investigation report, it flutters down, and in one very swift movement, grabs the page and out of that open window, landing on the windowsill. Cocks its head at you as if, almost as if challenging you.
Gonna reach for it.
Slides back. Just keep you at arm's length.
Oh.
Those kind of like low side, the sort of right in the street level, the really kind of low, sort of almost the sort of street level windows that just about let light in from the outside.
What did we decide that we were going after again out of game? It I just completely lost it in my head.
Sanctum.
Sanctum.
We're gonna have Sanctum.
Sanctum.
Yep.
You're gonna have... It's better to offer it something that it wants more than that paper than just trying to take the paper. You're likely going to end up with a bloody hand, like Baz over there.
It does not want eel. I think it just wants the blood of the innocent.
Well, what do these things want? Other than the blood of the innocent. If it wants the blood of the innocent, why did it make you bleed?
It's a fair question, Baz.
It's not eating it, is it? Must not like the taste.
No.
Sorry.
At this point, Crow stands up and just goes over to where the crow is. Oh, not close enough to make the crow... Trying not to make the crow jump, so still keeping a nice arm's length of distance. Alright.
At the moment, it's outside. You've got those those kind of like ground level sort of long windows. So it's actually outside on the cobblestones.
What is it gonna take?
Just hopping around.
If Nathan has to go outside, then Crow will go outside. And look at the bird and go, okay. We're gonna work together here. Saying this in a very calm, monotone voice. We're gonna work together here. What do you need to give that paper back? And
it takes flight, staying within an eye line of you, and settles on a lamppost.
we're following the bird. You hear Crow shout down.
What?
We're following the bird.
Are we positive it's not just a normal bird?
Yeah.
When was the last time that you saw a bird with glowing yellow eyes?
It's duskfall.
That.
I'm pretty sure my breakfast winked at me before I took a bite.
That's an eel. That is a completely different creature.
And?
Winked at you? Must like
They're
you.
all weird. Huh?
Alright, suit yourselves. I'm following the bird because I know better.
Reluctantly, I follow Crow.
Yeah, Karen grabs Gaz. Come on, it's a field trip.
I'm gonna lean into
Okay, okay.
Caroline as we're walking. I'm gonna say, look, it's crow to crow communication going on
Yeah, fascinating.
in their natural habitat.
I lean in like next to Caroline. I'm like, what do you think I'm gonna lose next? Is it gonna be the other arm or a leg?
Seems like an eye for me.
An eye? That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
You could steal
Yeah.
that Imperial eye patch.
Yeah. Should we go for the classic leather or maybe some like Sparkrite metal stuff? That'd be pretty sick. Yeah.
Now you got a glowing eye. Well,
Proved him wrong.
As the bird begins to circle above, occasionally alighting on scaffolding, lampposts, whatever gives a little bit of height above you, it certainly seems to be staying in low proximity, and having seemingly got its point across, just drops that bit of paper that it was carrying. flutters to the ground. The ever-present rain begins to spatter on the sheet.
I feel like since Battered Crow is probably the closest, with everybody still talking smack behind him. Crow's gonna be the one that picks up the paper and then puts it into his coat pocket. Prevent it from getting too wet.
As the journey continues, you realise as the crow flies is seemingly an expression that this thing has never heard before. It seems to be giving you the most roundabout route, as it leads you first east, then doubles back, and then heading southwest, and you realise you're looping around as you see that as it alights on a statue that leads over Bowmore Bridge and towards White Crown.
So we're in Brightstone then.
You're in Brightstone at this point, yeah.
Right, that was an obtuse way to get us here, but we're here. Does this area look familiar to anybody? Other
Looks
than
rich,
The,
so not very familiar.
no,
why would it lead us to Brightstone?
well, check the paper you have. That's how you pick it up.
Takes the obviously still
That's
kind of
that's your documentation.
using Crow using his coat to make sure it's still trying to prevent the rain from getting on it. Reads it just to see if there's anything in the report in that piece of paper about Brightstone.
Mentions of this being an origin point. The site itself was destroyed at the original grotto by both in a joint operation by Bluecoats and Spirit.
This was the original location of the grotto? Crow kind of raises an eyebrow and looks over at Caroline. Is that correct?
What? Sorry?
The grotto,
Where the grotto where the cult originally enacted their
Was
plans.
No, I think we were at.
Yeah, it was in the area, I think.
looks back at the Crow. Is that where you want us to go? You don't have to say yes. You don't have to say no. Just give me any sort of positive inclination to believe that I might be correct.
Still going.
It takes flight and disappears into the fog of over Bowmore Bridge.
What did it say?
You see it where it breaks through the mist, the vapor.
Okay, so we cross the bridge. Okay. Crow begins to cross the bridge, Bowmore Bridge into White Crown, I suppose. Obviously, that's not like an instantaneous thing. This is a big bridge.
Yeah. To walk the length of the bridge takes a good 15-20 minutes. And as you arrive, you see several bluecoats on patrol, looking at it very warily. It sits on an iron wrought fence, the spikes sticking up. It's perched between two of the spikes. Bluecoats are decidedly wary of this thing. Zach.
That's mine. I call out to the bluecoats looking at it.
Look back towards you. First one sort of tries to regain some composure, having had nerves absolutely shot by the sudden emergence of what is called a Deathseeker Crow with good reason. Yours. Of course, seems to be taking an interest, might say.
Yes.
Any reason for it to be?
Taking an interest in this location. Do you have any reports on it, on this location, for any reason?
None at all. There's a place down the road. Most of the residents have been moved out, but there's one place where it seemed to be abandoned.
I walk up to the iron fence and kind of look at the crow. If you could see underneath the mask, you would just see this look of utter irritation, like, come on! Give me a break! What do you want from me, you silly animal?
Flies upwards and drops down, and a few houses along perches on the very ornate architrave of the front doors.
Do you know if this place is locked up? You said it was abandoned, right?
Caroline?
This one was, yeah. As he fumbles with a load of documentations, begins paging through them. House was in possession of the Caldera.
Dara what?
Caldera. You sort of see him stumbling with the Eruvian name. Caldera. So now.
I turn to Caroline. That name mean anything? Caldera?
I think so. Not entirely sure. Was it what was her name again? The Robyn former character.
Yeah, Arasi Cordera.
Arasi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was Arasi
Did it hear from me?
Yeah. I think I remember that name. She only told me her first name, but yeah, I'm pretty sure she was part of the group. Maybe we should check it out we can find something on her.
Well, that would definitely be why it brought us here, then.
It's as you look around, you see one of those blue coats shiver slightly. Pulls up the heavy coat, turns up the collar against the wind, stamps his feet against the cold, but it's not a usual chill in the air. This is something a bit more unnatural. Something about the presence of this house which gives you that feeling in the pit of your stomach.
Gonna regret doing this. I'm going to Crow is going to not necessarily interact with the ghost field here, but obviously kind of tuning his mask a little bit, kind of looking into the ghost field.
I'm also gonna like.
Yeah.
Oh.
The third cataract.
Sorry, Robyn, go. What were you saying?
I'm gonna.
Sorry, Robyn.
I'm just gonna take a
Yeah, what
look
did you want
around.
to do?
Just sweep. Oh, my sheet isn't.
Okay, so in front of you, very, very large, typical White Crown house. There is, it's detached, surrounded by the wall and the iron wrought fencing, large gates, and a partially overgrown garden out the front, which leads further into the back as well. The garden itself looks like it at one time was well tended, and it's just been left over several months to fall into somewhat ruin, but there's still the glow from the radiant plants that keep it alive under a blanket of snow. What would you like to do? So you're using third cataracts. Sasha, is there somewhere you would like to go?
In. Try the door, please.
So as you walk up to the front door, Crow, third cataract, what would you like to do?
That feeling that you stated that this area is giving, I want to see if maybe there's something in the ghost field that's causing it. So I'm mainly examining. I'm not trying to interact at this moment, but should I need to, I will. So it's more,
Okay.
essentially I'm doing a sweep, but with, instead of looking at like the physical stuff like Sasha is, I'm looking at stuff in the ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want a sweep roll?
Go for it, yeah.
Not a great roll for. I'll take a 5 though.
As you look around, you are increasingly aware of something else. As the rest of you notice, Crow begins to sway. Behind the mask, a trickle of blood begins to run from your nose, round the corner of your mouth. As you see multiple spirits, echoes, spectres, flit, dissolve, becoming nothing more than memories, as time itself seems to bleed the present and the future and the past all becoming one in front of you. And is there anything you are particularly especially looking for at this point?
So, just to clarify, this isn't what I would normally expect to see from the ghost field, or is this just completely normal?
There is an intensity here that is unusual. Usually ghosts flit in and out of, it's usually in your peripheral, if there are any in the area. Here, it seems to be almost like they're coalescing on this spot.
One of the ones that seems more substantial. I'm just gonna see if this even remotely works. Activating the second part of the third cataract, I guess now. I'm gonna attempt to compel one of the more substantial ones. Yeah. This is a good roll for me. And me saying that is totally gonna mean I fail this roll. Risky standard. When I'm right, I'm right.
As the rest of you hear the cracking of glass as the lens in the eyes of Battered Crow's mask fractures that a little bit more. And as the light flickers, you see that he has also begun to bleed out the corner of his eye, as everything is brought back, as the door is opened with a ominous creak. Oh. And everything is snapped back into the present. As the last thing you saw in that was a figure who turned towards you. A face half eaten away as they turned. You see that they've almost like they've been bisected. Thousands of tiny teeth marks adorning the ruptured flesh.
Crow's back in control of himself, so to speak?
Absolutely, yeah. That strange sensation alleviates somewhat. You can still feel the foreboding in the pit of your stomach, but the almost dreamlike state that it seemed to bring about is suddenly lifted, and you're aware of, you can feel the tackiness against your skin where the blood flows from your nose and the corner of your eye under the mask.
We're gonna need to be extremely careful.
You have just finished listening to this week's episode of Blades in the Dark, What Happens in the Dusk, part of the Domain Gaming, written and told by Livespark. A special thanks to you, the listener, and if you wish to continue supporting us, subscribe, like, and share. As always, comments are welcomed. Until the next chapter.
You've heard the silent song.
We all have. The legend, the curses.
Some foolishness about a world as it was meant to be.
A city of ghosts.
An illusion that you can begin again.
How much would you give for silence?